Hello everyone, let's start today's video with Animal Kingdom. Basis of classification. Classification of animals. When you observe the natural world around you, you will notice an incredible diversity of animals with vastly different structures, forms, and ways of life. From the tiniest microscopic organisms to massive whales, from colorful butterflies to camouflaged chameleons, the animal kingdom displays an extraordinary range of adaptation and characteristics. With over a million species of animals described by scientists so far, and countless more yet to be discovered, the need for a systematic classification system becomes absolutely critical. The classification serves multiple important purposes. It helps scientists organize and understand the relationships between different species, provides a framework for studying animal evolution, and assists in assigning systematic positions to newly discovered species. Animal classification is based on fundamental structural and functional features that are shared among groups of organisms. These include cellular organization, patterns, body symmetry types, the nature of body cavities, and the organization of major organ systems like digestive, circulatory, and reproductive systems. By examining these key characteristics, biologists can determine evolutionary relationships and create a logical system for organizing the vast diversity of animal life. Basis of classification, levels of organization. So, for classification, there are various bases. First one being levels of organization. Despite all animals being multicellular, they don't all organize their cells in the same way. This fundamental difference in cellular organization forms one of the most important bases for animal classification. The first one being cellular level, found in sponges, porifera. Cells are arranged as loose aggregates with some division of labor but no true tissues formed. Tissue level, seen in ciliatrix, cells performing similar functional groups together to form tissues with specialized roles. Organ level, present in flat forms and higher phyla. Tissues combine to form organs, each specialized for particular functions. Organ system levels, found in annelids through chordates, organs work together in coordinated system for complex physiological functions. Digestive system complexity. The digestive system shows varying levels of complexity across different animal groups. In simpler organisms like platyhelminth platforms, the digestive system has only a single opening that serves as both mouth and anus. This is called an incomplete digestive system. More advanced animals possess a complete digestive system with separate mouth and anus opening, allowing for more efficient processing of food through specialized regions. Circulatory system types. Animal circulatory system also shows two distinctive patterns. Open system where blood is pumped directly over the organ and tissue, and closed system where blood circulates through network of vessels including arteries, veins and capillaries. As you can see, these are arthropods. This is arthropod, and this is being radially symmetrical, I think it is hydra. So, in this figure, this crab, this is the arthropod and it has open circulatory system. This means that the blood or the arthropod, they have a fluid over the organs. They don't have particular blood vessels. Symmetry. Body symmetry is a crucial characteristic used to classify animals, reflecting their evolutionary relationships and lifestyle adaptation. Asymmetrical. Most sponges lack any plane of symmetry. No matter how you divide them, the halves won't be identical. This reflects their simple cellular level of organization. Radial symmetry. Animals like jellyfish, corals, and sea urchins can be divided into identical halves by any plane passing through it. And bilateral symmetry, most animals including human can only be divided into mirror image halves along one specific plane, and this body plan is associated with active movement and complex behaviors. Diploblastic and triploblastic organisms. During embryonic development, animals form distinctive tissue layers called germ layers. The number of these layers is a fundamental characteristic used in classification. Diploblastic animals like cnidarians form two germ layers. Ectoderm forms the outer body covering and nervous system. Endoderm forms the digestive tract lining. Mesoglea, a jelly-like layer between ectoderm and endoderm. Triploblastic animals, most other animals have a third layer, mesoderm, that is between the epiderm and the ectoderm and the endoderm. Forms muscle, circulatory system, and other organs. This is diploblastic animal and this is triploblastic animal. In the earlier stage, in the later stage, you will be knowing which phylum is diploblastic and which phylum is triploblastic. Body cavity classification. Coelom, the presence, absence, or type of body cavity coelom between the body wall and digestive tract is one of the most important characteristics in animal classification. This cavity plays crucial role in organ development, movement, and internal transport system. As you can see, this is coelomate, this is acoelomate, and this is pseudocoelomate. In acoelomate, there is no mesoderm. This is ectoderm, this is endoderm, but there is no mesoderm. And here it is mesoglea is present, in which coelom little is present, and here is coelom, that means here mesoderm is also present. Coelomates, true coelom, body cavity completely lined with mesoderm. Pseudocoelomate, false coelom, body cavity not completely lined with mesoderm. Acoelomates, no body cavity, solid body with no space between gut and body wall. Coelomates, found in annelids, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, chordates. Advantages: organ protection, efficient circulation, body flexibility, allows for complex organ systems and sophisticated movements. Pseudocoelomates, found in roundworms, Aschelminthes. Mesoderms exist as scattered pouches, provides some organ protection and allows for body movement. Acoelomate, found in flatworms, Platyhelminthes, and above and below, like the Poripheras, the Cnidarians, the Coelenterids. Organs embedded directly in tissues, limits body size and complexity. Segmentation. Some animals display metameric segmentation. Their bodies are divided into repeating segments both externally and internally. This pattern, called metamerism, is beautifully demonstrated in earthworms, where you can clearly see the ring-like divisions of the body. Each segment often contains similar sets of organs, making the body plan both efficient and resilient. The notochord. Now, notochord plays a very important role in the body differentiation. In lower vertebrates or invertebrates, there is no thing like notochord, And in vertebrates, there is a structure called notochords. The notochord is a revolutionary evolutionary development, a flexible rod-like structure that forms along the back dorsal side during the embryonic development. This structure serves as a flexible support structure for the body, an attachment site for muscle enabling efficient movement, a precursor to the vertebral column in more advanced animals. The defining characteristics separated chordates from non-chordates. I want to say that it differentiates chordates from non-chordates. Broad animal classification. These fundamental characteristics, level of organization, symmetry, germ layers, body cavity type, segmentation, and presence of notochord form the foundation for organizing the incredible diversity of animal life into manageable logical groups. Kingdom, Animalia, level of organization, cellular or tissue or organ system, symmetry, mostly asymmetrical, radial, bilateral, coelomate, acoelomate, without body cavity, acoelomate, pseudocoelomate, true coelomate, and here comes the most important part, that is phylum. Phylum here is this is for porifera. Poriferans are acoelomate, then coelenterata, then ctenophora, then platyhelminthes, then aschelminthes, then annelida, arthropoda, mollusk, echinodermata, hemichordata, chordata. Aschelminthes up to Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes is pseudocoelomate. Above it is acoelomate, and below it is true coelom, that is coelomate. And for the symmetry, the radial is coelenterata and ctenophora. The asymmetrical is porifera, and bilateral from platyhelminthes onwards. In further, there is a table you will be knowing about these. Phylum Porifera. The simple sponges. Members of phylum Porifera are commonly known as sponges. Among the most primitive multicellular animals on Earth, these fascinating creatures represent the cellular level of organization and provide insights into the early evolution of multicellular life. Key characteristics: habitat, primarily marine environments, though some freshwater species also exist. Now, here you can see this is Cycon, this is Euspongia, and this is Spongilla. Symmetry, mostly asymmetrical organization, cellular level, cell works together but don't form true tissues, body structure perforated with numerous pores, hence porifera, pore bearing, movement, sessile, attachment to the surface as adults. Sessile meaning they do not move, they are non-locomotive. The amazing water transport system. Sponges have evolved a remarkable canal system for survival. Water enters through tiny pores called ostia. From the figure I am drawing right now, you can see how the things operate. These are little ostias. Here the water go inside into the cavity, and this is known as central cavity or the spongiocele. Now this is called osculum, and from here the water along with waste gets out from the body. Food captures and filtering, gas exchange for respiration, waste removal, reproductive cell transport. Choanocytes, specialized collar cells line the internal cavities and canals. These cells have flagella that create water currents and capture food particles. They are remarkably similar to certain single celled organisms, providing evidence for evolutionary connections. Support system. The sponge body is supported by a skeleton made of either spicules. This is important. The skeleton made of spicules, needle-like structures made of calcium carbonate or silica, or spongin fibers, protein-based flexible fibers. Intracellular digestion. Unlike more complex animals, sponges digest food inside individual cells rather than in the dedicated digestive system. Food particles are captured and broken down within specialized cells. Reproduction in sponges. Sponges exhibit fascinating reproductive strategies. Most species are hermaphrodite, producing both eggs and sperm. Though they typically don't self fertilize, they can reproduce both. Asexual reproduction, fragmentation pieces break off and develop into new sponges. Budding, new individual grows from the parent. Gamete formation, resistant structures that survive harsh conditions. Sexual reproduction, internal fertilization occurs. Development is indirect, having a swimming larval stage. Larvae eventually settle and metamorphose into adult sponges. Ecological and economic importance. Sponges play crucial ecological roles as filter feeders, help in cleaning water environments. This is important. Some species have been harvested for centuries as natural bath sponges, though synthetic alternatives are more common today. Examples of porifera, cycon or cypha, a common marine sponge, spongilla, freshwater sponge, euspongia, bath sponge. This is important. Also, you have to know which sponge and what is its common name. Phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. The stinging beauties. Phylum Coelenterata, the also known as Cnidaria, includes some of the ocean's most beautiful yet dangerous creatures. The name Cnidaria comes from their specialized stinging cells called cnidocytes, which contain nematocysts. This is important as it being frequently asked in the NEET exam. Microscopic harpoons used for defense and prey capture. Habitat and distribution. Primarily aquatic environments, mostly marine, though some freshwater species exist, can be sessile, polyps, or free-swimming medusae, found from shallow tidal pools to deep ocean trenches. Cnidarian body part, Aurelia medusa, Adamsia polyp. This is very important. The example Aurelia is in the form of medusa and Adamsia is in the form of polyp. This is polyp. And this is medusa. Okay, from here we can understand that there is also a being called Obelia, which alternate its generation from medusa to polyp and polyp to medusa. Key characteristics. Organization level. Tissue level organization. Cells form definite tissues but not complex organs. This represents a major evolutionary advance over sponges. Body plan, radial system symmetry and diploblastic construction with ectoderm, endoderm and a jelly-like mesoglea between them. And digestive system, central gastrovascular cavity with single opening serving as both mouth and anus. On the hypostome, digestion occurs both extracellularly and intracellularly. This is very important as it being asked in the NEET exam very frequently. The amazing nidoblast system. Example: Physalia, Portuguese main of war, Adamsia, sea anemone, Penatula, sea pen, Gorgonia, sea fan, and Mandrina, brain coral. Nidoblasts are specialized cells containing nematocysts, coiled harpoon-like structure that can be explosively discharged. These serve multiple functions: defense, protection from predators, prey capture, paralyzing small animals, anchorage, helping attach to the surface for base. When triggered by touch or chemicals, the nematocyst fires in less than a millisecond, making it one of the fastest cellular process known. This is important, their function is important as it is asked in the NEET paper before. Body forms and life cycles. Cnidarians exhibit two distinct body forms, often in the same species. Polyp form, cylindrical sessile form attached to substrate. Example: Hydra, sea anemones, corals, mouth and tentacles face upward, adapted for feeding and asexual reproduction. Medusa form, umbrella shaped, free swimming form. Example: jellyfish like Aurelia, mouth face downward, adapted for dispersal and sexual reproduction. So, this is the difference. Alternation of generation. Many cnidarian like Obelia exhibit a fascinating life cycle called metagenesis, where they alternate between polyp and medusa forms. Polyp stage reproduces asexually by budding, producing medusa. Medusa stage reproduce sexually, producing gametes that develop into polyp. This is very important, so remember it. Now, ecological and economic importance. Coral reefs. Some cnidarian corals build massive calcium carbonate structure that form reefs among Earth's most diverse ecosystem. Marine food webs, important predators of small marine organisms. Medical research, some cnidarian toxins are being studied for potential medical application. Tourism, coral reefs attracts millions of visitors and support local economics. Now, ctenophores and placombs. Phylum Ctenophora, the glowing comb jelly. Ctenophores, commonly called sea walnuts and comb jellies, are exclusively, this is important, so keep in mind and be very cautious, are exclusively marine animals that represent a unique evolutionary branch. Despite superficial similarities to cnidarians, they possess distinct characteristics that set them apart. A distinctive feature: comb plates, 8 rows of ciliated bands for propulsion. Bioluminescence. Many species produce beautiful light displays. Radial symmetry with diploblastic organism. And tissue level of organization. This is Pleurobrachia, also known as sea walnut. The most remarkable feature of Ctenophora is their bioluminescence. This is in blue, so let's draw it in blue. The ability to produce light through biochemical reaction, this is called bioluminescence. This creature creates spectacular light shows in dark ocean waters, serving purposes like confusing predators, attracting prey, or communicating with other ctenophores. Locomotion, coordinated beating of comb plates creates rainbow-like light effect as they move through water. Digestion, both extracellular and intracellular digestion process. Reproduction, hermaphroditic with its external fertilization and indirect development. Examples are Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. Phylum Platyhelminths, the flatworms. Platyhelminths, meaning flatworms, are characterized by the distinctive dorsoventrally flattened bodies. This phylum includes both free-living and parasitic species, with many parasitic forms causing significant diseases in humans and other animals. Key characteristics: body plan dorsoventrally flattened, symmetry, bilateral symmetry, organization organ level, germ layer triploblastic, body cavity acoelomate or no coelom, digestive system incomplete, that is single open. And here is the diagram of tapeworm and is the diagram of liver fluke. In Platyhelminthes there is a being called planaria. And if you cut it in half, it will grow into two. This is its unique feature, just like Deadpool. Parasitic adaptations. Many flatworms have evolved remarkable adaptations for parasitic lifestyles. Attachment structures, hooks and suckers help parasites attach firmly to host tissues, preventing them from being dislodged by host movements or immune responses. Nutrient absorption. Some species absorb nutrients directly through their body surface from the host digestive system, eliminating the need for their own digestive organs. And flame cells. Flame cells is very important. It is being asked in need since many years. Specialized cells with flickering flagella helps in osmoregulation. This is very important till its functions and excretion. Maintaining proper water balance and parasites body. Reproduction and development. Flatworms are typically hermaphrodite, that is, they are bisexual with internal fertilization. This is very important. Development involves multiple larval stage allowing for complex life cycles, often involve multiple hosts. Some free living species like planaria, this is important, possess extraordinary regeneration abilities. They can regenerate entire body from small fragments. They are basically God. Examples of medical importance: Tene, the tapeworm, and Fasciola, the liver fluke. In Tene, intestinal parasite causing nutritional deficiencies. It is found in the small intestine. Fasciola causes liver damage and bile duct blockages. You can see Aschelminthes, commonly known as roundworms, represent a major evolutionary advance with their cylindrical tube-like body structure. These animals are found in virtually every environment on Earth and include both beneficial free living species and harmful parasites. Here you can see this is the male Aschelminthis, the roundworm, and the male have a tiny rounded structure like this, and female has an elongated body. Here in this figure you can see Nereis, and here you can see Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria is important from NEET point of view because it is been asked in the past year. Now, body organization. Organ system level with bilateral symmetry, triploblastic organization and pseudocoelomate body cavity, complete digestive system, separate mouth and anus with muscular pharynx. So in NEET, a question may be asked that which organism first possessed muscular pharynx, and there will be options like from arthropoda, from Aschelminthis, from Platyhelminthes. So you have to mark example like Hirudinaria. You have to mark Hirudinaria. Like earthworm, you have to mark earthworm. Dioecious sexual reproduction with females often larger than male. Internal fertilization occurs. Diversity and habitats. Free living soil nematodes, marine species, freshwater forms, decomposers and predators, plant parasites, root knot nematodes, crop damage specialists, agricultural pests, animal parasites, human pathogens, livestock parasites, wildlife infection. Important parasitic examples: Ascaris round form, large intestine parasite causing malnutrition, Euchereria, filaria worms causes elephantiasis by blocking lymphatic vessels, Encyclostoma, hookworms causes anemia through blood loss. Phylum Annelida, the segmented worms. Annelids represent a revolutionary step in animals' evolution with the development of metamerism, the true body segmentation. The name annelid comes from Latin annulus, meaning little ring, referring to the a revolutionary step in animal evolution with the development of metamerism, true body segmentation. The name Annelida comes from Latin annulus, meaning little ring, referring to the distinct segments visible on their bodies. Advanced features: true coelom, fluid-filled cavity, body cavity lined with mesoderm. Metameric segmentation, body divided into repeating units. Organ system level organization. Closed circulatory system, blood contained in vessels, bilateral symmetry and triploblastic development, locomotion and muscle system. Annelids possess both longitudinal and circular muscles that work in coordinated fashion with their segmented body plan and fluid-filled coelom to create efficient movement patterns. Aquatic species like Nereis have lateral appendages called parapodia that function like paddle oars for swimming. Here you can see. Organ system, excretory system, nephridia in each segment filter waste products and regulate water balance, representing an early kidney-like system, nervous system, paired ganglia. So here nephridia is very important. Here paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves to the double ventral nerve cord created by sophisticated coordinated system. It is just like this. Like these are the segmentations and these are the ganglias. This is circulatory system, closed system with blood flowing through specialized vessels, more efficient than open systems. Reproductive strategies analyze show diverse reproductive patterns. Nereis, dioecious marine worms with external fertilization. Earthworms, monoecious, hermaphroditic with complex mating behaviors. Leeches, hermaphroditic with direct development and parental care. Examples: Nereis, marine worm. Ferretima, earthworm. Hirudinaria, medicinal leech, used in medicinal practices. Like if there is a blood clot and there is a lump over here, then they will give that person a leech, and it will open the clot for me, open the clot that has been formed. Largest phyla, the largest phyla is Arthropoda. Then the second largest is mollusks. Phylum Arthropoda, jointed-legged champions. Arthropoda is largest phylum in animal kingdom, containing over two-thirds of all known species. The name means jointed legs, which perfectly describes one of their most distinctive features. From tiny mites to massive crabs, arthropods have conquered virtually every environment on Earth. You can see the grasshopper, the butterfly, the scorpion, the prawn, basically every where you can find arthropods. This is locust, this is butterfly, this is scorpion, this is prawn. Key and evolutionary innovatives. Chitinous exoskeleton, external skeleton made of chitin provides protection, muscle attachment sites, and prevent water loss. Must be periodically shed, molted as the animal grows. Body segmentation. Body typically organized into head, thorax, and abdomen, with specialized function for each region, allowing for efficient division of labor. Jointed appendages. Athros means joint. Poda means appendages. Incredible versatility for walking, swimming, flying, feeding, and sensing the environment. Organ systems. Respiratory systems. Gills. Aquatic arthropods. Crabs, lobsters, book gills, book lung, horseshoe crabs and spiders. Tracheal system. Insects. Network of air tubes. Sensory organ, compound eyes, excellent motion detection, simple eyes, light or dark detection, antenna, chemical and tactile sensing, statosis, balance and orientation. Circulatory system, open type, blood, hemolymph, baths organs directly rather than being confined to vessels, reducing metabolic energy requirements. Excretion, malphizian tubules, filter waste from the hemolymph, conserving water, crucial for terrestrial success. Malphizian tubules is used for excretion, and hemolymph is the blood that is flown over the organs of the arthropods. Ecological and economic importance. 80% species diversity. Arthropods represent roughly 80% of all known animal species. 1 million plus insect species. Over 1 million insect species described, with million more undiscovered. 57 billion pollination value. Estimated dollar pollination value. Estimated annual value for insect pollination to global agriculture. Important examples: economically beneficial apis, honeybee, bombyx, silkworm, lessifer, lac insect. Disease vector: Anopheles, Culex, Aedes, that are mosquitoes, and agricultural pests, locusta like grasshoppers, and living fossils, Limulus, horseshoe crab. Phylum Mollusca, second largest phylum. In it has been asked various number of times which is the second largest phylum. Mollusca represents second largest animal phylum, showcasing incredible diversity in form and function, from tiny snails to giant squids. Though these soft-bodied animals have evolved remarkable adaptation for survival in terrestrial, freshwater, and marine environments. Basic body plan. Despite their diversity, mollusks share a common body organization. Head contains sensory organs and mouth. Muscular foot for locomotion, highly modified in different groups. Visceral humps contains internal organ. Mantle, soft tissue that secretes the shell. Mantle cavity, space containing gills. Gills. Now here, the gills is not present over their neck region like in fish. It is the respiratory system present in the latter part of the body. So if this snail, this would be their, okay, so mantle, soft tissue that secretes the shell. Mantle cavity, space containing gills. And radula, here it is like a teeth like structure that helps in grinding the food. Unique feature are calcareous cell. Most mollusks have cells made of calcium carbonate secreted by mantle, providing protection and structural support. Radula, unique rasping organ in the mouth with rows of tiny teeth used for scraping food particles like a biological file. File. Feather-like gills located in the mantle cavity. These organs handle both respiration and excretion, maximizing surface area for gaseous exchange. Reproduction and development. Most mollusks are dioecious, separate sexes, and oviparous, egg-laying. Development is typically indirect with free-swimming larval stages that help disperse the species to new habitats. Diversity examples: Pila, apple snail, freshwater gastropod with lung and gill. Pink tarda, pearl oyster, economically valuable bivalve. Sepia, cuttlefish, intelligent cephalopod with color changing abilities. Loligo, squid, fast swimming marine predator. Octopus, highly intelligent devilfish with problem solving abilities. Devilfish, octopus. Marine deuterostomes. Well, this thing is not important. This phylum Echinodermata, the spiny-skinned stars. Echinoderms are among the most distinctive marine animals, instantly recognizable by their pentamerous five-part radial symmetry and spiny calcified skin. The name literally means spiny skin in Greek, perfectly describing their most obvious characteristic. Asterias and Ophiura. These are very important. They are being frequently asked in the NEET exam. Their examples: unique characteristics. Water vascular system. The most distinctive echinoderm feature, a hydraulic system, is using seawater for locomotion, feeding, and respiration. Endoskeleton, internal skeleton of calcareous ossicles, plates, provides structure while allowing flexibility. Regeneration, remarkable ability to regrow lost body parts, including entire arm. Pentamerous symmetry, adults show five-fold radial symmetry, though larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Tube feet, extensive structures powered by water pressure for movement and feeding. Body organization level organ system. Habitat, exclusively marine. Body cavity, true coelom. Germ layer, triploblastic digestive system complete with mouth, ventral and anus. Dorsal excretory system absent, waste removed through body surface. This is very important. It will ask from which phylum the excretory system is absent. It is echinoderms. The revolutionary water vascular system, this hydraulic marvel, this hydraulic marvel is unique to echinoderms and serves multiple crucial functions. Water intake, seawater enters through the motherpodrite sea plate on the upper surface. Distribution, water flows through the stone canal to the ring canal, then the radial canal in each arm. Tube feet action, and water will extend to the tube feet for locomotion, feeding, and gaseous action. Well, this is not so important, but the thing, water vascular system, why it is, what is function, it is important. And their functions, as you know, for locomotion, respiration, and digestion. Here, as you can see, reproduction and development. Echinoderms exhibit sexual reproduction with separate sexes. Fertilization is typically external, occurring in seawater. Development is indirect with free-swimming bilateral larvae that eventually metamorphose into the radially symmetrical adult form. Ecological importance. Keystone species. Sea stars control mussels and barnacles population. Ecosystems engineer sea urchin shaped marine plant communities through grazing. Biogeochemical cycles important in calcium carbonate cycling. Examples are, this is very important, obviously examples in this chapter are very important. Asterias starfish, 5-armed predator. Echinus sea urchin, spiny globe-shaped grazer, entered on sea lily, filter feeding, flower-like form. Cucumeria sea cucumber, elongated deposit feeder. Ophiuria brittle star, thin-armed, fast-moving scavenger. Phylum Hemichordata. Here you can see this is the proboscis, this is the collar, and this is the trunk. This thing is the false notochord. Okay, this is called stomochord. Rudimentary notochord-like structure in the collar region. Hemichordata represent a fascinating evolutionary bridge between invertebrates and chordates. Originally classified as chordates subphylum, they are now recognized as a different group that shares important characteristics with true chordates while maintaining their own unique features. Body organization. Proboscis, anterior region used for burrowing and feeding, contains excretory organ. Collar contains stomochord and gill slit, important for respiration and feeding. Proboscis contains excretory organ. Trunk for reproductive and digestive organs. Longest body. Example are Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus. This is important, it may ask in the NEET. Phylum Chordata, the backbone of vertebrate life. Phylum Chordata represent the culmination of animal evolution, including our own species and all other vertebrates. These animals are defined by 3 fundamental characteristics that appear during embryonic development, representing major evolutionary innovations that enabled complex lifestyles and active lifestyles. Nerve cord, notochord, gill slit, post-anal part. Defining chordate characteristics. Notochord, Flexible rod-like structure providing support and serving as attachment site for muscles. Dorsal hollow nerve cord. Main nervous system pathway located above the notochord develops into brain and spinal cord. Pharyngeal gill slits, paired or openings used for filtering, feeding in early development, later modified for respiration. Additional chordate features. Post-anal tail beyond the anus, important for locomotion. Bilateral symmetry. Body can be divided into mirror image halves. Triploblastic organization. 3 primary tissue layers. Coelomate body plan. True body cavity lined with mesoderm. Closed circulatory system. Blood confining to vessels. Chordate versus non-chordate comparison. Feature notochord. Chordates present at least in embryos. Non-chordates absent. Feature nervous system. Dorsal hollow and single in chordates. Ventral solid and often double in non-chordates. Gill slits present in pharynx. Non-chordates does not have gill slits. Heart position ventral below digestive tract, and in non-chordates it is in dorsal if present. Post-anal tail is present in chordates but absent in non-chordates. Chordate subphyla. Urochordates tunicates. Notochords only in larval tail. Adults often sessile filter feeders. Cephalochordates. Notochord extend from head to tail throughout life. Branchiostomata. Stoma. Amphioxus. And vertebrates. Notochord replaced by vertebral column include all familiar large animals like fish, birds, mammals. Protochordates. Urochordata and Cephalochordata are collectively called protochordates. They are exclusively marine and represent the evolutionary link between invertebrates and vertebrates. Example: Urochordata, Ascidias salpadoliolum, Cephalochordata, Branchiostoma, Launcelet. Vertebrate diversity. Subphylum Vertebrata include animals like backbones and represents the most familiar and diverse group of chordates. Key vertebrate feature include vertebral column replaces notochord in adults, muscular heart 2 to 4 chambered for efficient circulation, kidneys specialized organ for excretion and water balance, paired appendages fins or limb for locomotion, endoskeleton, internal support structure allowing large body size. So vertebrata. This table is important. Vertebrata division. Agnatha law lacks jaw. Gnatha stomata bears jaw. Superclass Piscis bears fins. Class Chondrocthes, Osteochthes. Tetrapoda bears limbs. Class Amphibia, Reptilia, aves, mammals. From primitive jawless fish to intelligent mammals, vertebrates have conquered every major habitat on Earth through remarkable evolutionary adaptations. This diversity represents over 500 million years of evolutionary refinement, resulting in the complex, sophisticated animals we see today, including ourselves. Now we will start vertebrate classes from jawless fish to mammals, a comprehensive study of the 7 major classes of vertebrates, exploring their unique characteristics, adaptations, and evolutionary significance in the animal kingdom. Class Cyclostomata, the jawless vertebrates. All living members of the class Cyclostomata. Ectoparasites are some fishes. They have an elongated bearing 6 to 15 gill slit. For respiration, cyclostomes have a sucking and circular mouth without jaws. So this part is important. Without jaws. this uh, this um, topic is very important, as many questions come from this topic. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for spawning to fresh water. After spawning, within a few days, they die. Their larvae, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. Examples: Petromyzon, lamprey, and myxin, hagfish. And these examples also very important. Class Chondrocthes, cartilaginous fish. These are class cyclostomes. This is Chondrocthes. They are marine animals with streamlined body and have cartilaginous exoskeleton. Mouth is located ventrally. Notochord is persistent throughout life. Gill slits are separate and without operculum gill cover. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scales. Teeth are modified placoid scales which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very powerful. Their animals are predaceous due to the absence of air bladder. They have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Examples of cartilaginous fishes: Scoliodon and Pristis. Scoliodon and Pristis. Scoliodon as in shark. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs like torpedo, and some of them have poison sting like trigon. Torpedo is electric ray, trigon is stinging ray. They have cold-blooded poikilotherms animals, that is, they lack the capacity to regulate their body temperature. Sexes are separate. Male pelvic fins wear claspers. They have internal fertilizations, and many of them are viviparous. Scoliodon, duckfish, Pristis, sawfish, Carcharodon, great white shark, trigon, stingray. Osteichthyes and amphibia. Class Osteichthyes. Bony fishes. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. Their body is streamlined, mouth is mostly terminal. They have 4 pairs of gills which are covered by an operculum on each side. This is important. They ask whether operculum is present or not in this fish, and they will give an example, and you have to choose yes or no. Skin is covered with cycloid tinoid scales. Air bladder is present which regulates buoyancy. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. They are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is usually external. They are mostly oviparous and development is direct. Example: marine, Exocoetus, flying fish; hippocampus, seahorse; freshwater, labio, rohu, katla, clarius, magur; and aquarium, betta, fighting fish; pterophyllum, angelfish. You have to learn by heart the common names. Every day you should write and learn it, because it is very important and keeps coming in need from several years. Class Amphibia, dual life. As the name indicates, amphibia are dual bios life. Amphibia can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. Most of them have 2 pair of limbs, head and trunk. Tympanum represents air. Alimentary canal, urinary, reproductive tracts open into common chamber called cloaca, which opens to the exterior respiration by gills, lungs, and through skin. The heart is 3-chambered, or 2 auricle and 1 ventricle. These are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. They are oviparous and development is indirect. Example: buffo toad, rana frog, hyla, tree frog, salamander, ichthyophis, limbless amphibia. Example of amphibia: salamander and rana. Class Reptilia and Apes. The class name refers to the creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. They are mostly terrestrial animals. Scales and scutes do not have external ear openings. Tympanum represents the ear limbs. When present are 2 pairs. Heart is usually 3-chambered but 4-chambered in crocodiles. Reptiles are poikilotherms. Snakes and lizards shed their scales as skin cast. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Shalon, turtle, testudo, tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, calotes, garden lizard, crocodilus, crocodile, alligator, hemidactylus, world lizard, snake, poisonous snakes, naja, cobra, pangolins, krates, vipera, viper. This is important. This is important. You have to learn, keeps coming in the NEET exam. Class apes, the flying vertebrates. Some birds, Neophron, Struthitho, Psittacula pau, they possess beak. Apes, class apes, the birds, they possess beaks. Their unique characters is feathers. They have forelimbs modified into wings. They have air cavities in their long bones. This is also their unique characteristics. Endoskeleton is fully ossified and the long bones are hollow. Skin is dry without glands. The digestive tract of bird has additional chambers. The crop and gizzard. Heart is completely four-chambered. Warm-blooded homeotherm animals, that is, they are able to maintain constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separate. Air sex is connected to lungs supplement respiration. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous. Development is direct. Corvus crow, Columba pigeon, Psittacula parrot, Struthio ostrich, Pavo peacock, Aptenodytes penguin, Neophron vulture. Class mammals, the milk producers. They are found in variety of habitats, polar ice caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grasslands, and dark caves. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. Most unique mammalian characteristic is present in the milk-producing gland, mammary gland, by which the young ones are nourished. They have two pairs of limbs adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, and swimming. The skins of mammals possess hair, unique feature, and external ear or pinna is present. Respiration is by lungs, they are homeothermous, fertilization is internal, sexes are separate. There are few exceptions in they are viviparous, except oviparous is Ornithorhynchus platypus. Development is direct. Viviparous, Micropus, kangaroo, pteropus, flying fox, camelus, camel, macaca, monkey, rattus, rat, canis, dog, felis, cat, elephant, icus, horse, dolphinus, common dolphin, Balenoptera, blue whale, Panthera tigris, tiger, Panthera leo, lion. The silent distinguishing feature of all phyla under animal kingdom is comprehensively given. So let's add the image. This is the image here. You have to find some order in this image. The order being up to this symmetrical. This is asymmetry. This one is radial. This is tissue-like, and this is organs and organ system. This is organ system. Coelom up to this is absent. Then pseudocoelom. Then coelomate. Then segmentation absent, then present, then here absent. Okay, in segmentation only 3 candidates have segments, AAC. Digestive system in Porifera is absent. In up to Platyhelminthes it is incomplete and then complete. Circulatory system up to Asphelminthes it is absent and then present circulatory system. In respiratory system up to Annelida it is absent, then present in a respiratory system, and these are the distinctive features. So these the markings. These are very important. So that's all for today, and we'll meet in the next video.